Hey guys, it's Nick with my Supra. Check that ass out. Supra's just come out of hiding after about probably since my wedding, which was 4 months ago, for a pretty good reason. The clutch is gone. It was not long ago we were here putting in the new Tremec T56 Magnum, and now it's time for our first clutch change. So we're going from a single disc clutch, which I don't know why I thought was appropriate at the time, to a twin disc custom built MPC clutch, which I think Andrew showed in a previous video. I'll just show you guys that clutch. This is custom built from MPC, which is pretty cool. So it's going to be interesting seeing how this clutch drives. Obviously we've got those brand new ARP flywheel bolts. We don't want to be using the same flywheel bolts because it's really critical that these hold nice and tight. We're going to be going through the process of measuring out the Tilton throwout bearing, the hydraulic throwout bearing, measuring it all up and assembling the clutch and putting it all together, which is going to be pretty fun. I'm a little bit worried because I've never really driven a clutch that is sort of off and on. So we got a notice here from MPC. So a couple of things they've said is after initial use, avoid aggressive driving, which is fine. During the first 1,000 kilometers, focus on smooth gradual engagement of the clutch, which is fine again. Avoid slipping the clutch, okay. So basically we're not going to the racetrack anytime soon. And 1,000 kilometers, I don't even know if I've done 1,000 kilometers on the Supra since we did the bloody turbo. So might have to start driving it a bit, especially on the weekend. Avoid heavy loads, it's fine, and allow the clutch to cool before shutting the engine off, which is fine. So I think once we get this car assembled, once we get the clutch in, change all the fluids, we'll take it for a nice highway drive, get the clutch sort of bedded in properly. I want to make sure the bedding process happens properly, and I also want to learn how to drive the clutch a bit. I think from there, once I get confident driving it on the street, then we'll obviously take it to the racetrack. Oh, a bit of sun there. There's some other goodies happening here. Yes, that's a 2JZ. No, it's not my 2JZ just yet. So yeah guys, looking forward to it. So let's get it started.
Okay, let's get into it. So the first thing we did is lifted up the Supra up on the quick jacks and drained the oils out of the gearbox. And yes, for all the keen eye viewers, that is ATF fluid, which is auto transmission fluid. Next after that, we undo the exhaust, we drop the one-piece tail shaft, and then the gearbox should be ready to come out.
Alright guys, just an hour update and the gearbox is out. So that's the throwout bearing. I've got to do some measurements on that with the new clutch that we're going to put on. Yep. We left the bell housing on the car at the moment, but we're going to take that off as well to do some measurements. So once that's all off, I'll show you guys exactly what we're going to do. And I don't know if Nick's already showed you the clutch that we bought. I have, yeah. MPC twin plate clutch. It was custom built for our application, T56 to our 2J. Alright. And we also got some ARP flywheel bolts as well. So yeah. Okay, we got the bell housing out now too. And come have a look underneath at our discovery of the single disc clutch. Hey Nick, show us. So there it is there, be coming out. A couple 10mm bolts. A lot of what looks like clutch material there. So let's see how screwed the clutch is. This is done like 2 truck days. Whole bunch of clutch dumps.
It was at this moment that he knew. He fucked up.
So I'm really curious to see how this clutch is held up. Obviously the fact that it's slipping means not that great, but probably also means that I made the wrong decision when I initially put this clutch in. So, see you in a sec. If any of you guys want to install a Grunt-Ass Racing T56 Magnum in your Supra, or any T56 or TR6060 in that case, be sure to check out the video that I'm going to link up here. And that's a 4-part series of us installing this clutch onto our Supra. Alright, now we'll be back with you in a bit once the clutch comes off. There is a whole lot of clutch material falling out down here. Okay. There is a whole lot of clutch material. We have an update. Okay. Oh, just material all over the place. Look, clutch is out. Oh yeah. This thing is cool. Wait a second guys. Do we have a cracked flywheel? Oh, I believe we have a cracked flywheel. That's no good. Oh my gosh. Let me see if I can zoom in a bit. Look at that. I've never.
A whole crack all the way across.
That could have been bad.
That could have ended up very bad. Look.
So anyway, in a second guys, we're going to remove everything from the car and we're going to do a really thorough examination as to what has happened here. We've got to work this out.
And that's right guys, you heard that. A cracked flywheel. How does it happen? It got us thinking, could it have gotten too hot? Maybe one of the pressure plate bolts loosened up? Whatever it may have been, luckily for us, we saved it in time. Here we have the pressure plate, we got our clutch, and we have the flywheel. Now, first things first is this major crack in the flywheel. Never seen nothing like that before. That could have ended a whole lot worse. So thank God that nothing bad came out of this. But there is not a hairline crack. It is a massive crack all through the side, coming all to the inside, and the crack comes up to right about here. So could this clutch kit hold this sort of power? We're running just shy of 600 horsepower and that happened. Look, we've been giving the car a hard time, but to crack that flywheel, really scary. With the clutch now, looks like there's a lot of wear on the inside. My guess is when the clutch was grabbing up against here, it was just scratching it a whole lot, because just by me running my finger over this, my finger gets caught, let alone my nail. My nail stops here, won't go past. So, and then isn't it funny that it's almost like the full face of the clutch wasn't making contact? Like, I don't know, it just seems like this seems brand new here, then here seems like torn out. Whereas the pressure plate, you can feel a very big warp here. So you can probably see it in there too, but just running your finger across it, there's like straight, massive lip here, and then straight here. Same as here. So I wonder how long we've been running the car with, and same here
with
too.
a cracked flywheel. I think it might have happened on the track day, because that's when the gearbox really started slipping. I reckon it got really hot and it cracked for some reason. I don't know why. Can you guys let us know why a flywheel would crack? I don't think we ever tightened it. I don't think that's the reason. We use the right torque specs. Doesn't make much sense. Doesn't make much sense. Anyway, lucky for us that we do have the steel bell housing. So if worse things came to worse, that steel bell housing would have saved us. But yeah, in our new twin plate clutch kit, we've also got a brand new flywheel as well to suit. So lucky for that, we've got all new ARP flywheel bolts. So we're gonna make sure everything is 110% before it all goes back in. Ready for this, Nick?
Let's do it.
Let's get the Supra back on the road. Alright guys, so we've just taken our clutch and flywheel apart. So this is the flywheel, a lot beefier. It's got a bit of surface rust, but that's okay. We'll bolt that in, torque it down to 80 foot-pound with our ARP bolts, and then we'll start putting the clutch together. Let's get into it. Alright, and just to see how beefy this one is compared to the other one, just look at that. That's what we had in there before, and that is what's going in. Looks like it's going to be a whole lot. Clank, 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 clank. A whole lot of that. Let's see if I can drive it. It's going to be hard to drive, but it's going to handle all the power that we're going to push through this car. And for our sake, it's just future-proofing us. We've got a bulletproof transmission. Now we're going to have a bulletproof clutch. Next, Nick, maybe a bulletproof engine. Hey, don't get any inspiration from this. We're currently building a VVTi 2J turbo in the garage for someone else. And Nick, I think he wants to do the same for the Supra. I might just take that engine. Alright guys, it's currently the next day. We're back at it working on the Supra. Got the bell housing bolted on already. Nick's gone ahead and done that. So now we're going to do our measurements to make sure the clutch hydraulic throwout bearing lines up perfect within the specs of what Granas recommends. We've already done this once before. If you haven't watched our video previously of us installing that, the T56 Magnum in this
car, I suggest you do so. I'll link it up there. So we're just going to go ahead now. We're going to do all the measurements. We're going to get that installed, and we'll take you guys along the process. But for now, we'll have a sip of our frappe. Cheers.
Quick frappe coffee break. Cheers.
Alright guys, just another quick update. It is starting to get dark outside. We've got Nick underneath the car. Gearbox is now on, tail shaft is on. Nick's just finalizing some grounding stuff and some wiring on the gearbox. We bled the clutch, so that's all sorted. Now the last thing we've got to do is put that exhaust on. Once that exhaust goes on, you're gonna see us start the car, drop it down, and potentially we want to really drive it tonight. We want to just finish it and make sure it's all done. We don't want to be working on the Supra anymore. It's the second day today. How long have we been at this thing? 3 or 4 hours?
At least 5 hours.
Yeah, at least 4 or 5 hours so far today. So that's that. The next clip you're gonna see is us starting the Supra and taking it out. Let's go. Alright guys, I think we're done. Just a few dirty hands, another late night, but we're gonna start it in the air before we drop it down. Hold on. Clutch in. That is a twin plate rattle. Alright, let's see, first gear. Handbrake down. Running. I think we did it again.
Woo! Time to take it for a drive now.
Yep.
Time to
Pack up all the tools, we'll take it for a drive.
Clank, 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 clank.
That's a twin plate rattle. What are you gonna do? You need it for all that power. You happy with that?
Fucking is.
It makes it sound more like a race car. Because it's got a steel bell housing on it too, it's just louder. Sounds good. Clutch engaging good.
Yeah.
Alright, let's go. Let's take it for a drive.
The wheel spinning?
Yep, wheels are spinning. Yep. Let's go. Alright, we just hopped in the Supra, we're driving it.
I gotta say, I'm loving that twin plate rattle. Clank, 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 clank. The initially first thoughts, a bit more difficult to take off. You can't ride the clutch, but not. I think in a couple rides, I'm gonna pretty much get used to it. You got to give it a bit of revs, I think, when you're taking off. I think that's the most important thing I've found.
Yeah, that's going to be a lot of getting used to that takeoff, but
a bit of getting used to.
Yeah. Just that initial takeoff, just a little bit hard, way different. And then when your foot's on the clutch. Clank, 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 hashtag clank, clank.
I'm not going to give it a hit because we should bed it in properly.
It's a pretty extensive job to do. So yeah, this one we want it to last. It is expensive as well.
Very expensive.
Like for a twin plate. So big shout out to NPC for supplying us with the twin plate. It's very hard to find a twin plate to suit from a 2JZ to a T56 Magnum.
Custom built, basically it has to be custom built.
Yeah. And NPC did that for us according to whatever we wanted. So big shout out to them. Thank you so much for that.
Also, how about that cracked flywheel, guys? What was that? Makes a bit of sense why the clutch was slipping. Look, I must say I did do a couple clutch stumps with that one. Did take it to the racetrack. So look, could have been anything, I guess.
Let us know down in the comments if you've seen a crack like that on your flywheel, or have you seen it on someone else's flywheel? A crack like that in general. That's a first for me.